At the end of the day, we're all just here for the fun. And speaking of fun, I'm Nathaniel Beauchesne.
I'm Nate Zagauskas.
I'm Alex Salou, and today we have our special guest, the queen of the studio, Miss Haley James, my girlfriend.
AKA a woman.
That's right.
AKA
A real live biological female.
Well, I think this is my first. I think this is my first time meeting one in person. Wow, incredible, riveting.
This is crazy.
So happy to be on for the first time, even though I get to, I have to be closer.
Mm-hmm.
So closer than a fist away.
Well, I mean, just speak up.
Even though I get to be live audience every week, I'm so happy to be on now.
We are very happy to have you on officially.
It's great to have you on, Haley. Wow. I don't know where to go on from that.
Wow.
Check your notes. You had questions for her, right?
Yes. All right. So we had one question. We come back to it a lot from a very big guy for us. We look up to him a lot.
Oh, no, don't go there.
We won't bring him up by name because we keep getting shadow banned for bringing him up. But he asks a very important question that we want to get to the bottom to tonight, now that we have a woman on stream.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And it's like, we tried answering the question, but we're men, so we can't give a clear answer. But we want to know, Haley, what is a woman?
Well, I think it's different depending on what type of woman you ask. There are lots of definitions of women nowadays, whether you talk about gender, sexuality, or natural born. I think if you're talking natural born woman, there's still a lot of different little ins and outs to what is a woman, but I think being raised by lots of women, having lots of aunts and strong grandmothers, I'd say that being a woman.
Today's podcast, and every podcast after that, is brought to you by the Dr. Dabber, our favorite herbal vaporizer. Or, sorry, restart. I fucked that up. It's not an herbal vaporizer. Today's podcast is brought to you by the Dr. Dabber, the #1 way to vaporize your concentrates.
The Dr. Dabber is the premier vaporizer on the market. In my personal experience, I take the thing everywhere. I have the Boost Evo or Evo Boost. I always get confused because of how fucked up it makes me, so I can never say the name right because it's very confusing. The Evo's real small, but it's at the top, and then the Boost is real big, but it's at the bottom. So I don't know which word comes first, but either way, the amount... I gotta start over. The Dr. Dabber is the premier...
Cut.
The premier wax vaporizer on the market. It gets you high like no else. If you can't tell, it's got me high off my ass right now. The customization options, wow.
You can find that all and get a discount at fnbros.com to use our affiliate link. That's fnbros.com. Just head on over to fnbros.com.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. No, we did a great job.
Is just having a fucking vagina, being born with it.
Well said.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go.
Got to the bottom.
We finally got down to it. I did have some questions, though, other than that, but I'm glad we broke the ice with that one. Are you a crystal girl, by any chance?
Crystal girl, what does that mean?
You believe in magic?
Well, I mean, so like crystals, like as in,
Yeah. Like, I touched this rock, and now blessings are coming my way.
Yeah, he wasn't asking if you were like a meth head. He was asking...
yeah,
No, sorry about that.
Crystal.
I should have been clear. That was my mistake.
I mean, I don't believe that anything comes from them. I think that they're pretty. I have 2 sitting right up above my head right now, and I think that they're pink and blue and they're cotton candy colored, and like they're really pretty. So I got them, or Alex got them for me. So being a girl is like about liking pretty things, I think, too.
That's a valid statement. Men don't appreciate things like
Yeah.
that. I guess that leads me to my next question. Did George Bush manifest 9/11?
Very valid
Oh
question.
my god.
Personally, I think there's a lot of evidence to prove that 9/11 is a conspiracy. Or that at the very least, that a lot of the pictures were staged afterwards and
So
What?
you don't think Tom Hanks falling from the building, that was not a real shot?
no, I mean, I wish it was. but no.
Because of the way Tom Hanks has become nowadays.
That monster Tom Hanks.
It all started with that movie.
Oh my god.
You remember the commercial, Tom Hanks just like falling out of 9/11 tower.
No, I
You
don't
don't.
remember that commercial.
What year did that come out in? You gotta look it up now. We gotta
I think that was
see if we can find it.
I'm uncultured. I actually don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, what?
I have like just
it was like a big movie. They were trying to like hype it up. You
Was it
know,
like a 9/11 doc with Tom Hanks?
No, it was like this little boy searching for clues about his father, and his father died in 9/11.
Oh, Big?
yeah.
Or was this Toy Story?
Haley saw Big for the first time a few months ago.
She's ahead of me. I've never seen it.
It's a great
What?
movie.
What?
Yeah, here we go again. I get a lot of hate for the movies I don't watch.
No, it's all good.
what movies have you watched? That's
I
a
haven't.
better-
I've never seen a movie.
He's like you. He likes the movies he likes, and he watches them over and over again.
That's not true though. I don't repeat things. Every once in a while. Like if you ask me, I think the peak cinema is Terminator 2: Judgment Day.
Oh my god.
I know. Bring on the fucking hate. Cancel me already. See if I fucking
that's
care.
that's a good one, I guess.
Liquid metal.
Good point.
Leak with the metal.
All right. So what is this movie called?
Extremely loud and incredibly close. That I don't really know much about it. I just remember they pushed the fuck out of this because they were trying to like make it one of those movies where it's like, you already know this is getting an award. We got Tom
I get
Hanks.
you. Type in synopsis.
In what world would Tom
Sandra
Hanks be
Bullock.
married to Sandra Bullock?
A perfect world.
Ugh.
It's like you and me getting married.
Yeah,
It's a perfect
I guess so.
So it came out on the 10-year anniversary of 9/11. That's
Yeah, that's probably why.
wow, good. 9-year-old Oscar Schell embarks on an urgent secret mission that'll take him through the 5 boroughs of New York. His goal is to find the lock that matches a mysterious key that belonged to his father, who died in the World Trade Center on the morning of September 11th. Wow.
And I couldn't tell you what's inside that lock.
Crazy.
It's probably just a note that says jet fuel can't melt steel beams.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I went in watching the movie expecting like a Tom Hanks movie where he'd just be like, "Now what's going on?" He's got his like
Or,
loud
or like, that's the way things happen on the Polar Express. Oh, we got it. Hot, hot, hot. Oh, we got it.
Tom Hanks. Yeah, I don't know. Not a lot of people are happy with him nowadays.
Well,
Because
why
he's
is
on the
that?
list.
Yeah, he joined the list of the old. What side is he on? Would you say is he is he wearing the red hat or is he?
He's
Taking
wearing.
his back.
He's a Democrat.
He's a super Democrat.
He's wearing the blue hat.
He's from Hollywood, but it doesn't even matter. I'm talking about Epstein's list.
yeah.
He's on the flight logs.
Yeah.
Oh, he's on that. I
Really?
didn't
And
even know that.
when you look at that list, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Because you got Bill Gates, Tom Hanks, prestigious people that are typically known for giving back and being good human beings, when in reality it was just a cover up because they've been molesting children on an island.
Every actor and actress you love is on that list.
Exactly.
Not Steve Martin.
The only actor, to my knowledge, not on that list is Mel Gibson.
He could never. He knew. He knew ahead of time.
Even Jay-Z and Beyonce. Like, you'd think that women would be more supporting of like other children and young women going through like terrible, heinous acts, but
I wonder what the
Yeah.
threshold is. Like, what's the dollar amount in your bank account where you just feel like a god? And you just, there's no consequences.
So the rich know the rich, obviously. This is how these people meet. You know, if you're well connected and influenced, because that's what Epstein was. You know, he connected rich people to other fucking rich people. But it's like, from somebody that's always talking about selling their soul, there's certain lengths. Like, these people go where they put money and fame and status over heinous acts of humans being fucking awful to each other.
Yeah.
Terrible fucking things. And what's fucked about the Epstein thing, everybody knows Epstein didn't fucking kill himself. Okay?
Yeah, no shit.
Like, no shit. But it's like, why aren't we talking about that still? Why aren't these people going on trial? Well, it's a very silent affair, I feel like. Yeah, well, that's part of it for sure. But it's just like, why are they fear-mongering us with natural disasters that they're probably formulating and elections when in reality they're just trying to cover up that all the elites have been fucking children?
Period.
Do you believe in astrology?
Astrology?
Yeah.
I do. I don't know like all of everything about it, but like I like to think that there's
She's a wannabe gypsy.
yeah.
Wait, you're a gypsy?
I'm a wannabe gypsy, he says.
What steps are you taking to become a real gypsy?
Well, I can never be a real gypsy.
No, not by that. But you can be a weird mage card, fortune reader, tarot card.
Yeah, I think being a stay-at-home mom and surviving off your husband's income potentially.
Why do you have that ready to go?
Was in the intro.
Not the Powerade.
I've worked too hard for too long.
O-U-S. Yeah, you know it. Everybody knows it. Yo, Fergie slaps. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I was always a fan of the Black Eyed Peas, and I liked Fergie's solo stuff.
Radio songs taught me how to spell.
Like that one.
Bananas.
Yup. I couldn't spell bananas without that song.
I still sing it in my head when I stop it.
Mm-hmm. You have to. I have to.
Yeah, what are his songs? Rappers do it a lot, where they just like
Respect.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Yep.
fuck. I feel like there's so many, but you can't even like name them off the top of your head.
In your home or in your car, you were never very far from LEGO radio.
Okay.
There was Lego radio?
You bet there was.
Are you kidding me?
I wish I could.
Bro,
be.
I have a Lego driver's license.
What?
Yeah,
Like
because when you
actual
go,
Lego, like the building blocks?
when you go to
Legoland,
Legoland,
yep.
there's a ride that it's just like one of those track go-kart rides, and you drive around Lego City. But when you get back, they print you out a driver's license.
It's fucking badass.
I don't have it anymore, but I had one at one point.
I always wanted to go to Legoland.
But yeah, I mean, there are reports
You
saying
can't.
that everything is awesome when you're part of a team. Did you know that?
Wait, what?
There's like a lot of reports and studies getting published that are saying everything is awesome when you're part of a team.
Everything
Do you think they would let the three of us go together?
Nope.
So we'd have to bring a kid.
If
Well,
we
we could
shaved
bring Nate.
Nathaniel.
What if we brought Pookie?
There we go.
He's a
And
Tismo.
and if they try denying it, well, his driver's license says he's 26. He's retarded. I thought we included those people. Oh no! If we're not
He's
going to let the sped into Legoland,
He's his aide, I'm his interpreter, and he's his brother.
I don't know if you could be his interpreter.
I'll be his aide, Nate can be his interpreter. Or I'll be his brother and you be his interpreter.
Or maybe we don't even have to drag my brother who's already been through enough into this. Maybe we all pose as retarded. Because guess what? It wouldn't be that hard.
It wouldn't be. So do you know about the rule about Legoland?
No.
You can't go
No
like
beds.
like grown men can't go there by themselves. So you have to be with like a family group with children, or you have to be with like a female you like grown men
So, like, you
can't go there.
It's like Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah. You can't be like a lone single man and go to Legoland.
It's crazy.
But I
It's
like
not
Legos.
crazy.
We suspect.
I wish
though,
Disneyland
yeah.
would do
No,
that.
I mean it's fair.
Yeah,
but,
we
like,
suspect that the loophole to get around that is to be retarded.
Yeah.
Or
no,
bring a retard along.
So if you
I like Legos.
So if anything, you're encouraging predators to kidnap little boys so they can go into Legoland.
Oh my god.
Like, hey, kid, you want to leave school early? Go to Legoland?
Oh my god.
Like, how young does the kid have to be for me to be okay to like go to Legoland with just that kid?
16 with a tattoo.
I don't think they
He
let
qualifies.
they
does he?
don't let people with tattoos into Legoland.
What if they're 14?
How'd they get a tattoo at 14?
Dude, the Swiss are wild.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, I'm sure if you go to Florida, like you can find some 14
Lots of
year
my
olds.
friends had tattoos in high school. I went to a trade school though. That might be like kind of
That's where you find them.
but
Different.
yeah. Lots of kids looked like they were just full grown adults, like but they were like actually 16 years old and covered in tattoos.
It's because you're actually from the sticks.
I'm really not though. I'm from Connecticut.
Compared
Yeah,
to
but all
us,
Connecticut is
though,
the sticks.
Yeah.
It's not the sticks.
We
more
are
road.
15 minutes away from the second biggest city in our state, and then less than an hour away from the capital
Yeah,
here.
and I live directly underneath Hartford, Connecticut, and between the casinos.
And there's more people in Worcester than there is in your capital.
It's more highway than.
Yeah.
Hartford is proof that God is either ignorant of what's in his kingdom or not able to do anything about it.
You say that about Providence too.
Yeah, it's the same deal.
Providence is actually getting better though. It's
What?
actually nicer than Hartford now.
Providence Mall is popping.
Yeah.
Went there.
Always has been,
The
buddy.
restaurants are getting
It's
really
pill
nice.
popping for sure.
Oh God, yeah. There's shit going down in the bathroom every 10 minutes, but
You know, I don't think Providence Place Mall is worth going to anymore because, you know, they took out Fire and Ice.
Yeah, of
Wait,
course.
for real? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Can't do that to us. Did you know there's only 3 Fire and Ice locations in the country?
I've
Yep,
only been
and
to
one of them's in Boston.
You betcha. I love Fire and Ice. Shit's
Where are the other two?
not in Boston.
Because the one was
Probably
in
New York and
Providence.
LA.
No, not even.
I feel like
Nate,
yeah, well, I gotta
Look it
know.
up.
I gotta know.
Fire and Ice
I've
slaps,
watched
but
it.
I'm not going all the way to fucking Boston just to go to
Or
it.
a New Jersey location.
It's worth going to if you're in Boston, but like to go out of your way.
Yeah. I took Haley there once because the one in Providence was shut down.
Here we go. All right, so there's one in Boston that we already know. Worcester.
A tobacco
Wait,
shop. So you got
Oh yeah.
HV contractors. You got to do Fire and Ice restaurant.
What even technically like is?
It's
I
a
know
buff-
it's American. And,
It's a
like,
buffet, technically.
It's hibachi.
I was
It's,
trying to describe it to
Yeah.
someone yesterday or a few days ago, and I was like,
It's an
don't know what to call it.
Asian American hibachi buffet.
yeah.
It's like American food, but they try to do it hibachi style.
Yeah. Anaheim,
And
Boston, and South Lake Tahoe. So
Wow.
2 in California, 1 in Massachusetts.
Nice.
Damn.
Dude, Lake Tahoe is gnarly. I've been there twice, and it is so much fun. We would have so much fun there.
Is that California?
Is it like a Beaverdale location?
No, it's like every boat party you've seen in Hollywood has probably been filmed on Lake Tahoe.
Yeah, I could believe that. Beautiful.
God dang.
Wow.
God dang.
Crystal clear water.
See those mountains, the snow caps.
It's
An industrial
Amazing.
complex would look so good there.
A Walmart right there.
Oh my fucking god, that's what we need. Infrastructure there would be great.
A
Bro,
docking
a
bay.
Buc-ee's.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Bucky's like right here.
I can't wait to see your guys' face when you see a Buc-ee's.
I feel like
Buc-ee's is
I've-
overwhelming.
I feel like
you just want to get in and out. Like
I feel like
No, we're
overrated.
staying.
I feel like overrated is the better word because I feel like he's hyping it up like he hyped up Beavertail or the Kangamangas Highway, like it's a life
you
changing
still
experience.
haven't been to the Kangamangas.
like
It's God's little slice.
like you see this
Of highway.
this one God's highway.
It's God's country, and it's a beautiful highway. And if you live in New
God's tail.
England and you haven't experienced the Kangamangas, you should.
It's the greatest thing to do.
Ever.
You guys are the
Bottom line.
worst.
Bottom
Everyone
line.
in my life hates the road trip, the idea of the American road trip, and I hate it.
I don't hate it. It's just
Everyone important in my life hates all the fun I want to have.
It's true.
Get road trip friends. Hell, there's whole Facebook groups for those kind of people nowadays.
I had to co-conspirate to get you to drive to Texas with us.
he really did. He just like blew up my fucking phone. As always, when he wants something.
Yeah.
And,
I'm like a 16-year-old girlfriend when
He
I want
is.
something.
really
Jesus.
is.
But I made my own decision at the end of the day, and I think it would be funner if we drove
More
and
fun.
just had, yeah,
Oh, well, if you think it's
Idiot.
going to be funner,
yeah.
let's do it.
I don't know what.
Haley.
Are you still salty?
No, God, no. I don't hold grudges. Could you explain girl math to me?
Oh, it's a good one. What kind of girl math, though?
Well, obviously, girl math is trending right now, and like at least my perception of it is that
So
it's
give me a scenario.
it's women gaslighting themselves into making impulsive purchases
Oh,
because they.
I saw one that was a guy. They were at Target, and the woman was like, "If you have cash, it's free because you're not spending any. No money's coming out of your bank
That's how
account."
my mom feels. She's always been that way. She's like, ooh, it's like free money. But it's fucking. But I've always worked for like cash and like tips and stuff. So like money is money to me. I
Yeah.
don't know. So, but I feel like, yeah, like appreciation on things. Like if you spend a lot of money on something now and it's gonna be worth more later, like purses or vintage clothing or like houses. I don't know.
Don't spit on me, man.
Don't fucking look at me like that.
I got myself an entrepreneur.
What you gotta do is you gotta go out and you buy a Toyota FJ Cruiser. They, they only go up in value.
He's making a good point.
What a great car.
No, well, when it comes to money, like obviously girl math confuses me and crystals confuse me, but
Oh yeah.
I guess to answer the question, what is a woman? The purpose, at least for me, is not for reproductive reasons. It's for economic reasons because women are top consumers of almost every product. So it's like, they know where the money's going. Or
How many different products do you have to buy just to do a full set of makeup?
A full set?
Yeah, like
Okay.
whatever
Okay.
that.
So someone keep a
entails.
tally on their fingers or
Yeah,
whatever.
okay.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to start with moisturizer, right? Or, okay, no, go back. We're going to start with cleanser. Like,
Wa-
we're going to wash our face.
Walk us through what each one does too, because
Yes.
men use motor oil to wash their hair.
Correct, right?
We don't know any better.
So,
I replaced my house water.
okay, so I guess face wash or cleanser would be first. You wash your face, get all the oil and dirt off of you. And then you're going to put on a primer. So that would be number
Wait,
two.
hold on.
Is that a paint coat?
After you tell us what it's used for, tell us what the average price of that product is.
Okay, so let's say I'm going to get like my soy.
Can you keep a price tally on your computer?
Or I could just pull up my calculator.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that works.
So you start with the cleanser. Because
Cleanser.
we need to get the oils out. Is that correct?
Let's say
Don't tell the U.S. government.
between like $15 and $50 is how much a cleanser is. So like usually mine's about 25-ish.
All right, so 25.
25.
An average price.
Then let's go for moisturizer. I use the Tatcha one right now, which is like almost $200. But it lasts a long time. Like, so this is girl math again, like, right? So it's gonna last you a long ass time.
How long?
Like, for real.
Because if I'm paying $200 for a facial cleanser, it better last me for 10
No,
years.
this is a moisturizer.
Fuck. What does that do again? Does that put the oils back in? Or
Yeah, like the healthy oils.
On if you had to guess how many ounces of
cleanser or whatever are you getting? How many milligrams or whatever
Okay. Shit.
How big is the container?
About this big.
Oh, okay. So it's a pretty big container.
For face wash.
How
Yeah.
long would you say it lasts you?
3-ish, 4 months. Usually 3-4 months for a product.
Okay.
Usually they'll say like on the product they have like a little container, and they have like a number on over top of it, and that tells you how long the product's supposed to be good for. So you're supposed to be able to do your math that way and like calculate it out and make it worth it that way. But if I like something, I just get it.
Okay.
Okay, so next thing, I guess primer, probably about $50, depending on what you're getting again. Like, I'm not talking about drugstore products. I'm talking about Sephora or...
And we're not talking about paint, right?
No.
Okay.
Basically, though. Like, it's face paint, but not face
I thought
paint.
makeup was face paint.
Yeah,
I'm uneducated.
it
Continue.
is.
Like the Orientals. Anyway, go on.
Primer keeps your makeup, like, your foundation and your rest of your makeup just stuck to your face so that it's not going to move and that we can catfish everybody.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
What? You guys are doing what?
We catfish everybody.
Oh.
Is that not a fact? I mean,
Yeah, no, it's
Not-
No,
pretty
it's
accurate.
well
It's more
known.
on the filters.
Well known.
But like,
the
Equal-
filters, yeah.
Equal rights and all that. No,
So
we know.
we're at 3 products.
We're at 3 products. We're at primers. We're at about how much money?
We're at $275.
Oh,
If you
that's
told
pretty
any
good.
man that he had to spend $275 to clean his face, he'd laugh the fuck at you.
All right, foundation. Foundation's next. What covers up like all the imperfections and pores and all.
But isn't everybody perfect the way they are?
No, honey, no.
Oh.
Never.
Bold. Okay, I like it though. Brash. Right to the point.
Yeah, anybody that says, "Oh, you're perfect the way you are," anybody that says that to me, I'm just like, "Bitch, what the fuck?" I know you're lying. So concealer would be next, probably around $30. Or did I say the foundation price?
No.
Probably about 60. And then foundation 30. Or foundation 60, concealer 30.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So we're at 5 products.
All right. Now, next, like, I would say, like, bronzer or powder. So, give that, like, another $100 about for the both of them. And then...
So $100 for each individual bronzer and powder.
No, like, for the total of them.
Oh,
But
okay,
I do them
alright.
together, usually. I usually get
Okay.
a palette that has
Okay,
both of
alright.
them. Or something like that. Or just one of each. And then... we're going to go mascara, which my favorite one, I think, costs a little over $20 now. So about $25, let's add there. And then, like, eyeshadows and all that stuff, it all costs different amounts. So, like, it depends on if you're going to get a big palette and, like, if it's by a designer or whatever.
So what do you spend on that stuff?
I mean,
If you
I
had
usually
to
don't-
get a whole new makeup set, like say the house burned down and you had to get all new makeup stuff, like what's a basic starter kit run?
I mean, like, I would start with everything that I kind of just gave you there.
Gotcha.
And then, I mean, I don't know. Most girls like to collect makeup. It's like a collection
Yeah.
more so than like, I'm going to use it every day. I mean, some girls obviously use it every day, but for me, it's more of a collection and like, oh, I have this, I have this, I have this. So,
Gotcha.
No, guys have similar patterns, just not with makeup. No, yeah, it's a thing.
All right, so I
figures.
counted up to 9 products. What are we at for a total in price?
We are at $9,635 right
What?
now. That's girl math.
girl math.
45 right now.
45?
485.
Oh, 485.
Yeah.
Okay.
all right, boys.
It's actually
damn.
not that bad.
I got the list next to me.
$500? What do you mean?
Yeah.
I'd say this is what the average man spends on skincare products in their lifetime. Maybe.
It's more than a day's pay.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but the dude's buying
And
weed,
I have a
he's buying the
decently
beer,
paying
he's buying-
job for the
Let's say-
economy we live in.
Let's say that lasts for about
Beauty isn't free.
4 months.
Third of the
All
year,
those products.
1,500 a
So
year.
we're
So divide that, I guess, by 4. However you do math. I don't know.
Multiply that by 4.
Well, if it's a third of the year, it would be 1,500 a year. If we're trying to get like a total for yearly costs,
Yeah,
but
right.
How much it would cost like a day?
a day,
Like whenever you're applying it, how much it would
Well, you
cost
do.
like per application?
So-
1,500 divided by 365. Welcome to
Math.
Mathcast.
damn. That's roughly $4.10 a
See?
day.
That's a coffee.
It's not that bad.
Whatever.
That's a coffee.
That's a figurine.
That's a figurine. For all
That's
you
an
call
amiibo.
And in theory, if you don't wear makeup every day, it lasts even longer than a year, so it's even less than that if you don't use it every day.
Yeah, that's about 1,000 a year
Yep.
if you can, go 2 months. But
But women love to lie. Can we get applause? Just a little one.
oh, sorry.
Thanks. That's good. That's good. Excellent. Excellent. I think we got right down to everything.
math.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I understand it now, I guess.
I got the
Kinda get
list
it, yep.
next to me, and we can buy all that product and start testing it out.
Nice,
And,
nice.
enter that lane. We got to enter all these lanes.
I bet you could rock a pretty cool makeup palette. I'd buy your makeup palette, Nate. The Sikowski palette.
What
Sounds
colors?
expensive.
What
Yeah, I got some Chanel, Dior.
I feel like you'd have a dark. Your original one would be like a dark smoky palette, and then you'd have like a carnival edition with bright colors.
You're looking at them like you haven't even
Jeffree
thought out
Star's
your palette
biology.
before.
Yeah, fuck.
You are all wacky colors. You don't do any like normal colors at
You're a
all.
blue
It's all
guy. Like a lot of light blue around the eyes.
Damn, when you picture me with guy liner, that's what you think of me?
guy liner. I love
Fuck.
it.
Yeah, dude.
Like
Why
Blue
did it have
Man
to go
Group.
that way?
I don't know, dude. Apparently, I'm just.
I would look like a fucking person from the Capitol in the Hunger Games.
Yeah. The cat eyes.
I feel like
Yeah.
that. See, like,
Lashes.
and now keep in mind, I get it. The defense from woman on this is that, well, we're doing it for me, and I get that. I respect that. You're not doing it for man, but like from a personal preference, like I think a lot of girls use way too much makeup, and it's just they look like clowns.
Yeah, they kind of look like pasty.
We-
And-
We covered last week that you're into that though.
all right, I was going for it. I was going for one. And you know what? They covered up pretty nicely. They did it all right. And you know what? That's catfish. But, if they're going to put all the work in, then
No, because like having a makeup style like that and being a catfish are two different things, in my opinion. A catfish is somebody pretending to be somebody they're actually not. A person that just does their makeup like that's just who they are. That's just how they do their makeup.
Yeah.
If they're constantly doing it like that, they're not doing it to hide from somebody.
that's practically them.
Yeah,
Because that's their style.
So
their-
like extreme makeup like that isn't a catfish in my opinion.
No.
Somebody pretending to be something they're not. A fucking fat Asian man pretending to be a fucking blonde German girl is
What's
a
wrong?
catfish.
What's wrong with that?
Everything, and that's the kind of person you're going to turn into if you don't settle down.
I'm gonna be Asian someday.
Sometimes.
I can only wish.
Speaking of Asians, there's a Hans Kim show we can go to in Austin if we wanted to.
Let's hope he's not fucking lazy.
Shows started popping up for us to look into for while we're in Austin. I thought of that and
We-
wanted to.
Yeah, we should probably keep an eye out for that.
Yeah. Anyway, back to our guest.
Back to the show, the guest.
Let's get back to Asians for a second.
Yeah, my mind came alive when Asians came up. So-
Honestly, I don't know like where you were going with that, but a lot of like since we were on the topic of makeup, like makeup is like based a lot around Asian.
They invented it.
Okay, well,
American
Fair
white girl. will-
Yeah, because isn't it?
but
it
like
per-
how we do our makeup is like nowadays, or the trends, or like the emo trends, or any of it is like inspired and kind of like racially appropriating like more Asian races.
They were kind of like ruling the style in the 90s. They're like cool cut jackets, and their cars, like
I just wish you'd stop saying weird shit.
You know, have you ever heard of Rocket Bunny?
No.
Oh,
No.
it's like all these drift cars. You know, like we got a movie out of it, Tokyo Drift.
Oh, okay. Like the drift. Okay, yeah, the drift scene in Tokyo.
The
yeah.
Drift fellas.
Yeah, Subarus and Miatas. Yeah, I got
they
you.
were ruling the '90s over there with their like style and grace. And
Oh yeah, no, yeah, those guys are cool as hell. My bad, bro. I'm sorry about that.
But
Yeah.
Rocket Bunny, they made a lot of their modifications for
Oh!
those cars.
Oh, holy fuck! I do know who you're talking about. It didn't click because I'm mentally slow, but I get it now. He's like regarded as like the street racing legend, right?
Yeah, the guy who made them.
Yeah, yeah,
He just like
yeah.
basically made the street car.
Yeah, this is Need for Speed Underground. I get you. Fuck yeah. Haley, can I get a woman's perspective on something?
Yeah.
So, if Vietnam, Cuba, and Korea were all happened because of a threat to democracy, if you will, but China does the same thing and then worse things, but nobody goes over there to stop them because apparently that's not a threat to democracy. Do you think it's because China's the biggest exporter of the poppy seed?
Did you know that poppy seeds can get you high?
Oh, trust me, I knew.
I think it's about 4 tablespoons or 14 tablespoons. I don't remember.
Well, do you know?
that heroin is made from the poppy seed?
Really?
So,
That's interesting.
well, that's my whole point is that the poppy seed gets turned into opium, which gets turned into heroin and pretty much every
Okay.
pharmaceutical on the market.
Yeah.
So is China not acting like a threat to democracy, even though they're doing terrible things across the world because Big Pharma owns the government?
Well, didn't the government, like, doesn't the government want to slowly kill off people?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So,
Yes.
makes
like-
sense.
So it's funny, isn't it? China's not a threat to
I'm not
democracy.
denying it.
But
like,
yeah.
this place is crazy.
Side note on poppy, that's why they all fall asleep in the Wizard of Oz in that field. It's a poppy field. Yeah.
You couldn't get away with that nowadays.
No.
No. You could not.
They were doing drugs.
Well, it was different on that set too, because obviously they were passing out in poppy fields. I think it was the Tin Man guy ended up getting like really bad cancer when filming got wrapped because the aluminum and lead paint
Oh,
that they
yeah.
were like covering them with.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's awful.
I'm pretty sure all of them had a pretty tragic ending.
Oh, yeah.
Did his heart grow and grow?
Shut up.
Yeah, and eventually it exploded and he had a cardiac arrest, heart attack,
Alice in
Yeah.
Wonderland was written by a pedophile.
and a heroin addict.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck was his name?
I don't remember his name.
C.S. Lewis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something Lewis.
I believe it's C.S. Lewis.
But the original book is called Alice Through the Looking Glass, and it's because he was watching her through her window.
Yep.
Ew. The second movie that they made, the live action one, is Through the Looking Glass.
Disney's very woke nowadays, but they've been profiting off of pedophilia for over 100
Lewis
years.
Carroll.
Yeah, that's the one.
Ah, yes, Miss Carroll.
Yep.
Remember that crazy bitch?
I remember. I think my favorite memory of her is like right after she got fired from this. So this is an old school guidance counselor we had.
Oh, she was a guidance counselor for you?
Yeah. So keeping.
Oh no, I'm
She was
thinking of
my
another
vice
one.
principal.
Yeah. So she was a guidance counselor for us, and basically she lost her job, and I think it had to be 7 years after my sister had been buried in the ground. She like saw Zach and I in CVS one day and was like, "How's your sister doing?"
Oh my god.
I hate to tell you. Who's gonna tell her? Who's gonna break it to her? Yeah, I didn't go to
story
the-
never gets old.
I didn't
Neither
go
you
to
guys
the.
told her?
Oh, I was like, well, actually, funny story about that. She's dead as fuck.
Mr. Confrontation.
Fucking buried, bitch. What you gonna do about it?
Like a wrestler.
Imagine how much trouble you would have gotten in if you had the confidence and ego you do now in the middle school.
I would have gotten expelled. I did a lot of fucked up shit in high school, but I never got caught.
Right.
Because, like, what? They weren't going to suspect the straight A student. Why would they?
Speaking of high school and middle school, Northridge has had a lot of crazy things happen and a lot of like we've been on Turtle Boy
multiple
twice,
times. Like, yeah.
and like we've had a lot of crazy like teacher experiences and a lot of like crazy things happen. But like
I watched the teacher get booted.
All-
Remember Miss D?
yeah,
Yeah, with the liquor.
Yeah.
uh,
It was me and Moneybags just sitting in the classroom, and all of a sudden our superintendent walks in, picks up the cup off her desk, whispers something in her ear, and all of a sudden she goes into like some sort of like drunken shock, like, oh, okay, all right, kids, I'm getting out of here. So the superintendent lifts off the lid of the cup, sniffs it, and he just goes, oh. Like there was clearly alcohol
Yeah,
in there.
that's fucking funny.
Where you
Couldn't have done it
supposed
discreetly
to
in front of
be?
children.
The point I was trying to get at is obviously I'm not wishing for this in any way, but like Northbridge is one thing away from having a gauntlet and having all the crazy things happen in the school system. A teacher just needs to fuck a kid, and literally that'll be everything.
Oh, we're so close. We're so fucking close. Groundbreaking
The last
stuff.
stone is almost there.
And I'm surprised that wasn't like the first thing they discovered.
My favorite
Probably been covered up.
Turtle Boy incident, and I don't remember if it was my senior year or the year
Oh, we
after.
got
I,
a lot of Turtle Boy.
yeah, but my personal favorite is like I think it happened either senior year or the year after I graduated, but it was the kid that was snorting Xanax off the railing.
Yeah.
It's like they make bathrooms, they make stalls. If you wanted to snort a Xanax in school, you could.
The middle hallway fucking staircase was a wild place.
Yeah. I got my first in school hand job in the middle staircase.
I got a blowjob there.
Brother, you and everyone else in the grade.
I was too lame. I stayed in the
So
classes.
not Nate, not everyone in the grade.
Had Nate skipped class more, he would have experienced more.
I've been offered, but not too often. Not too. I'm not. I don't look at my high school life as like I did some badass shit. I look at it as like I had my head down, eyes forward.
So wait, how can your head be down and eyes forward at the same time?
Right on the paper.
My favorite though is that there was one day we had winter carnival and we all took like 10 fucking edible gummies and we all had to like immediately get our hands on like shutter shades so nobody could see our fucking eyes.
We dipped from school once during winter carnival, and as we were like running through the woods, we used to go out the side door on the first floor over
Yeah.
near Seuss's office. And so we would dip out that door and like cut through the community school or the Christian school and then hop the fence over into the cemetery. And then from there you were home free. But we all dipped and the fucking Christian school was outside for gym class. And there's like a track back there where they like run and stuff. And we were running through the woods and like they were also running through the woods. And Ricky like couldn't stop laughing while we were like, he was like racing the Christian school kids while we were dipping from school. And it took them about, I don't know, 7 minutes to identify us because my mom called me like 10 minutes later and was like, why aren't you at school? It was like, it's senior
Yep.
skip day. She's like, you're a junior.
It's junior skip day. My personal favorite. So our former guest, Big Z, there was one time we were all talking in the group chat, talking about how, half our friends had been out of school for a couple years and half of the group was still in high school. And we were talking about how, like, we wanted to be smoking weed right now because it's, 11 in the morning and you are, so why aren't we? So there was one day where we convinced Big Z to dismiss me and Bri. So he calls the school pretending to be my dad and he gets me out, no fucking problem whatsoever. And him and I pull like 10 grabs and Bri's like, no way that fucking works. I want to get dismissed. So we were like, all right, we can try it, I guess. So Big Z calls the school and this time he's Brian's dad. Bri was a red flag kid.
Yep.
So something like that had to be checked. They had to double check something like that because Mr. Manuels might be lying. He might be scheming. He might be up to something.
You don't sound like Mr.
You know,
Manuel.
so what they did was after they received the phone call dismissing Bri, they called Bri's dad and they were like, "Are you dismissing your son today?" And he's like, "No, why the fuck? I'm not fucking dismissing my fucking son today. What the fuck? Why are you calling
We
me when
thought
I'm at
so.
work?" They're like, "We thought so." So a couple minutes go by and like, they
don't call Bri to the office.
Yeah, and Bri's like, "What the fuck? Like, I want to get dismissed. Like, what the fuck's going on?" And we're like, all right, we'll call again. All right. So he calls again, pretending to be Bry's dad. And they're like, well, sir, we just called the number on files we had for his dad, and he said he's not dismissing his kid. How many times have I talked to you today? This is the third time. So they finally, and we were like, we thought we got caught. So we were like, all right, we got to get the fuck out of here. We were like waiting in the parking lot at the time to pick him up, like waiting to like get the approval. So we drove off, and he's like, yo, I'm right here. And we're like, wait, what? You got out? They let you go?
Yep.
That's funny.
Fucking, we had an older friend that would do that for us when we were in school. Fucking one of Ryan's older friends, Mike, would do that for us, and that's how we used to get out of school a lot of the time. He'd come pick us up in his fucking shitty Honda Civic that was half full of fucking trash and clothes, and we would just go around and smoke blunts.
The days.
The days. My favorite in senior year, I had a folder full of pre-written dismissal notes.
Nice.
Well, because I learned how to forge my dad's signature when I was like 10.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that's going to come in handy later.
Right. Your first side quest.
Yo, there are a lot of things. They'd get a parent our teacher would ask them at parent-teacher conferences, like, oh, like, did you come to our Veterans Day celebration? My mom's like, what Veterans Day celebration?
Yep.
She's like, I never got anything.
Yep.
Like, whoa, that's weird. But in reality, I had been confiscating it for years and burning it.
Good man.
Your system was disgusting. You left me alone in so many classes.
You left yourself alone, but it got got tamer towards the end of the year because they were like, all right, if you're gonna go to the bathroom, you're on a fucking timer. You have 3 minutes. If you're not back in 3 minutes, you're fucking, I'm writing you up.
Expelled,
Or,
destroyed.
whatever the fuck it is. So they used to time me towards the end because I'd be gone for like 45 fucking minutes.
I do the same thing when I was in high school.
I was just gonna ask you if you've done anything wild like that.
Yeah, I didn't spend a lot of time in class.
Yeah.
I was definitely like
A little closer.
I was definitely out just running the hallways, smoking in the bathrooms, not really like smoking cigarettes, but like vaping,
Yeah.
A lot of kids got expelled from school by smoking pot in the bathrooms. None of our bathrooms had doors on them, so like obviously you're gonna get caught. And there was like classrooms so close. So like it was like by the freshman hallway where all these like kids would always be smoking in the bathroom, and they had no doors, like I said, and by these cute little freshmen, and they would be like, "Oh, we smell pot."
Yeah, it's always the younger kids that get you in trouble.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah.
But
We had the drug dogs always coming in to search lockers and everything.
Oh yeah,
and,
we had our fair share of that.
There were a few kids in my year that were allowed to go outside to smoke. We were allowed to go outside to smoke cigarettes, but we would smoke bowls while we were out there too.
And that was a different time because by the time my grade came in, that was not allowed.
Yeah.
Lockdown. No one was allowed out.
When I was in high school, we had the way our school was set up, like it had an opening, like because it was a trade school, there was lots of like bays and garages to like go outside, and a lot of the school was like open from the classrooms to be outside, and so like you could just literally walk out and walk right into the parking lot, leave if you wanted to. So like you guys were talking about leaving, and I'm like, that wasn't like everyone would fucking leave whenever they fucking wanted to, and but where was I going? Anyway, after I graduated, they put up a big like chain link fence, so like the kids couldn't go out. Like it attached from one side of the parking lot to the other side, and then like at the end of the day, they would open one side of it so that all the kids could leave. That's how one of my brothers is still at school there, and that's how it is for him and my other brother when he was there. Like that too.
That's crazy.
Well, nowadays at Northbridge, they're locking up phones. Like, you know how you go and see a venue now? And they'll put your phone in that little sock.
Yep.
That's nuts.
They tried getting it. Like certain teachers would have like phone cubbies that they try to get you to use, but like now it's like procedure. That's fucked up.
Is there a camera in every classroom at Northbridge now?
You
Because
bet
there
there
probably
is.
should be.
You bet there is. It's probably got more surveillance cameras than London.
I remember when they put the cameras in, because the cameras weren't there my freshman year. They put the cameras in my sophomore year, and like...
The first time I heard of cameras in a school was when my computers teacher in middle school was putting cameras underneath all the girls' desks, and that his name was Mr.
Scandals.
Richard Hendrickson. You could even look him up probably, and you can find his picture.
That is some next level shit.
And
Jesus Christ.
Richard Hendrickson, I think. But anyway, was fucking. You can even type in the name of my town if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, what's that?
That would help.
It's East Hampton, Connecticut. But he was driving literally from.
He only got 10 years.
Yeah,
He
when we
should-
heard
should've
he
been
was out, it
life.
was crazy. But he was, and he had allegedly sexually assaulted kids inside of the school, but that was never charged.
It's sickening
Naturally.
how many of those guys we had in our school. We had Mr. Myers.
Oh, dude, he was.
Oh
a sub
my
for
God.
years.
Oh my fucking God, dude. He was a scout leader.
Bro, he was a lawyer.
A lawyer, and he did a lot. And
He got caught because of fucking Skype.
yeah, some kid fucking called him out. And then there was some guy working with the special ed. And,
Yeah, that was like molesting retarded
That's
children.
So fucked up.
yeah.
Did that happen while I was in school?
No,
you were
that
out.
we were juniors when that happened, I believe.
Damn.
I remember that one. That one was silly. And then,
I-
of course, our dear old athletic director that was
Oh,
constantly.
yep.
Oh, well.
It told the joke too far. I don't know.
Listen.
I defended him, okay?
Yeah, I defended him.
He was my type of guy. And
Listen.
I don't think he was being out of pocket, but the rest of them deserved what they got.
I don't think he was being. He was always really good to me and nice to me, and I don't think he did what he was accused of doing.
And obviously, there were some weird ones in middle school, too. Like, do you remember the teacher where only the girls got lollipops?
No.
Like,
Oh, Mr. Badesian?
that's the one, buddy. That's the one.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know that fucking asshole.
What?
He ruined fucking world history for me.
Why don't only the girls get lollipops?
That is
I was
weird.
his favorite boy in that class, but still, he was a creep. That was the first time I realized what a creep was, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
they
My-
really do exist.
That was the first time I realized creeps really do hide it right in front of you.
So I thought my dad was full of shit. I was
Yeah.
like, there's no way people are actually like, they're like,
Yeah.
people don't do that. And my dad would always drill into my head that like creeps live among us.
Absolutely.
And I was like, oh shit, Bruce wasn't lying.
Yeah. It's a real example of it. It's fucked up.
In high school, I had my math teacher. He was, I think, an algebra teacher. I had him for 3 years, actually, from, I think, sophomore to senior year. And I was the only one with an assigned seat. I would sit right in front of him. We also had uniforms, so we'd be girls wear skirts or like, And, yeah, there was one time where we had like a, pep rally type of thing in the middle of the gym. And they were like, oh, who can do a split or whatever. And he was the one who was like calling out who can do whatever.
No,
And
boy.
so, of course, I was the one that did it. And I was wearing a dress that day because it was dress down day or whatever. And my brother was like so pissed off. He was like, don't anybody look at my sister. And then afterwards, he was like, nice split. Not my brother, obviously. The fucking,
Pedo teacher.
yeah.
Ugh.
Fucking disgusting.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Hate it.
Disgusting.
Grown
Got-
men.
And that's why we need to be talking about people like Epstein, because we can't let that slide.
Yeah.
People shouldn't be allowed to get away with that just because they're wealthy or have status. Nobody wants to fucking talk about it, but
Or
Jesus
have
fucking
power,
Christ.
like if they think they have power, they're just a teacher, they're making like 50 grand a year and they still think they can do whatever.
And also, like, okay, you've made it to a point in life where you've accumulated wealth and status and power. What about those things corrupt you into like losing all your fucking morals
Morals.
completely? Like, and that's another thing too. Like, you have all this money, status, and power, and like, why would you even risk that? That's like
Because they
NFL.
can have anything.
NFL players, like, it comes into example, like, always doing reckless shit, killing people while drunk driving and domestic violence.
Well, that's because they're getting hit.
Yeah, that has to
Every
do
week.
with brain damage, I think.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's just come from a lot of these guys just tasting everything. You know, I went out, tasted every food, fucking drove every car, all this and that. And then, you know, You got to think of like what's untouchable, and then
Yeah, that's true.
Vulnerability
And then-
is really big.
Yeah, and they finally get coerced into an idea that molesting children is okay.
ugh. Why would you even want to touch a kid? They
No,
stink.
exactly. Yeah, they're disgusting. They're disgusting for starters. But another thing too is like that's the representation of humanity's innocence.
Yeah.
Why would you
and I think that's
tarnish
why they
that?
All right,
probably
and-
do.
In the spirit of the list, who are you each convinced that could never be on the list?
That is on the list.
Like in your opinion, just one celebrity that you think would never be possible, like never be capable of being on Epstein's list.
Keanu Reeves.
Jack
Yeah.
Black.
Okay, those are both good ones. Mine's Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah. I don't think Gordon could do wrong because he's
He's
too
got
honest.
he's got too many
Yeah,
kids.
that too.
that too.
Yeah.
I want to say Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, but I don't know.
Well, that's getting messy right
yeah,
now,
it is
especially
right
with the
now.
whole Danny
But
Masterson thing.
Yeah, I would have thought that they would like before all that
Yeah.
because of how pro or anti, I guess, Ashton Kutcher is.
Yeah.
You know, with his whole lawyer and I don't know, but
His whole foundation.
his whole foundation. Yeah,
Mm.
exactly. But maybe that's even more reason for him to do it.
Well,
to
yeah,
cover it up,
it makes you
know?
wonder. It starts making
Or
you
maybe
question
all that
those
money's
things.
going towards that guy, and
Yeah.
now he's, I don't know.
I hope not. I mean, Danny Masterson getting one of those Goodfellas cells. It's like,
Yeah.
dun.
Jesus Christ.
And it's like all the people involved just happen to keep dying or committing suicide.
Yeah, like
And if you're touching kids, you should fucking kill
Yeah.
yourself. But at the same time, you should face justice
No.
before that
You
happens.
should be justice is being had what happened to those kids happen to you, and
Oh,
obviously that
yeah.
can't happen. So that the
just a
other
government
option is
official
death.
just coming in.
Yep. Let's take a
freak you.
machine gun and. shove it
I
up your ass.
think part of the reason why we're in such a bad place as a country is because we stopped publicly executing people. Like, yeah, some states still have executions, but public
There's
execution.
like one. I think
2 or 3, I believe, that still have like actual death penalties
Yeah.
per se, but like all public, but none of it's public. You
Right.
can't like go and watch somebody die anymore.
right. You have to be invited.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with color, but we need to bring back public hangings.
Why would it have anything to do with color?
Because I didn't want to say it, and then you all to be like, "Oh, you just mean that."
Hey,
Like,
there's a big difference between lynching and a nice set of gallows.
yeah.
Am I right?
Big fags.
Because when you think lynching, well, obviously you're going to jump to Jim Crow and racial things, but gallows are for everybody, particularly witches, astrology girls.
people always talk shit about the French, but they know how to throw a goddamn revolution.
The guillotine is a masterful piece of engineering.
Yeah.
And it needs to come back. And I don't know why we're not using it for other things like bread cutting.
Stop.
Because
mini
I'm
jobs
sorry.
in the kitchen.
As you know, French bread comes in a really long loaf. Okay.
We buy one every week.
Divvy
So-
up that bread with the guillotine.
So what I'm hearing is the fucking brothers guillotine bread cutter.
So I was thinking along the lines of like we have like torture devices, siege weapons. So like, all right, this is the fucking siege tower. These are
they're-
the fucking stockades. These are the fucking gallows.
But they're all cooking items.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like the siege tower could be like a salt shaker.
Yeah, like an Iron
I
Maiden
think he
pepper
was
sheet.
Yeah.
Were you thinking more along the lines of like you can actually use them functionally as like torture weapons as well as like kitchen items? Was that what you were trying to say?
Or just
I had a running wild spinning fantasy about
okay.
hanging senators publicly. I'm sorry, I got out of hand there. That was my fault.
that's every episode.
No, you were right. Well, I've been thinking about the gallows all week because my mom went to Salem the other day.
Oh, I want to go.
And obviously, like going to Salem this time of year brings some of the most interesting people.
California.
They
What
have
about it?
still?
It's a death penalty state, which
Yeah.
is crazy.
That is crazy
Oh,
to
yeah.
think about. Oh yeah, well, these are all the states that still have the death
That's a
penalty.
lot,
There's
actually.
15.
Florida, South Carolina, Indiana, Utah, Arkansas, Alabama, Kentucky, Arizona, Tennessee, South Dakota, Texas, Virginia, California, Colorado.
And these are not all red states.
This is true.
Keep that in the back of your head when you're visiting.
Okay, but another
California.
another thing too is that a lot of these states do have lethal injection because that's like there's but only like 2 or 3 of these states still have the electric chair, I believe.
Which I still don't think is as justice enough. I think for pedophiles.
For pedophiles, I agree.
Alabama, Florida, South Carolina, Kentucky, and Tennessee are the only states that still have the electric chair as a form of execution. Which state still has the firing squad?
Oh.
I bet
It's
you
got to be
Texas
Texas,
is-
right?
Either Texas or Montana.
I bet you Florida has it too.
Was
No,
Florida on the list? I didn't think they were on. Were they?
Florida, yeah, Florida has
So-
the death
Oh, okay,
penalty.
I thought they were.
Mississippi, Oklahoma, South Carolina, and Utah still have the firing squad.
what a way to go.
And I bet you the rest of them
That's
are
how
all
I
just
feel.
lethal injection
And,
because
like,
those are the 3 we use.
You gotta love the principle of the firing squad because if there's 5 guys, only one guy has the real bullet.
Yeah.
The rest of them are blank, so nobody has to feel guilty about killing somebody.
Mhm,
Genius, really.
Nobody knows who has the bullet.
All right, you ready for a hot take? I'm full of them, I know. You know how every state's got our bird, flag, flower. Every state should have its own form of execution. So, like Florida, it should be death by gator pit.
Ooh, what would Mass be?
Tar and feathering.
Tar and feather.
Yeah, I feel like it's got to
baby.
be tar and feathering or water droplet molasses torture.
Oh, I'd say something more historically relevant. Maybe like witch drowning.
Is that when they do the
Stoning. Our boy Giles.
I was gonna say Connecticut's is the one where they like drag you underneath the boat with all the barnacles till they scratch you to death, and like then the sharks come and eat you.
That's
Oh
fitting.
my God.
Is there a name for that one?
I don't know. You have to look it up. I don't know. There is a name for it.
I would hope so. There's got to be a.
Barnacle scraping torture?
Obviously, who, do you think Montana would have drawing and quartering?
What is that?
It's the one where your each limb is tied to a horse, and
Oh,
then they make the
gosh.
horses
Heel
run.
hauling.
Keel hauling.
Oh, good word.
It's just if someone survived it.
Excellent. Would that be more appropriate for Rhode Island though?
Maybe. You're probably right.
Yeah, they're all about boats.
Yep.
They don't have anything else.
They're not even an island.
Texas could just be like a magnum shot to the head.
Yeah.
Point blank.
Yeah, point blank magnum.
Connecticut's just getting run over on the highway.
Chained to the highway.
Maine is death by moose.
Yeah, like a moose antler charging you at full throttle.
I would think that's New Hampshire, but maybe that's like getting thrown off the top of the.
Nah, New Hampshire is a hiking accident
For Massachusetts, they make
or
you do the-
drowning in syrup.
Vermont.
They
Yeah,
make-
Vermont is a syrup drowning.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say for Massachusetts, they like keep stuffing your mouth with tea.
Nah, Vermont's definitely death by liberal. Just like a liberal mob.
Just shouting at you. I can't touch you, but I'm gonna yell at you.
Just throwing rocks. I was gonna say like some fat whale liberal just sits on you until you can't breathe anymore, like straight from Burlington. Oh,
Big sweater on.
Ew.
Sweaty ass.
yeah. I started working out. Like, oh.
So, yeah.
So
Yeah, I think we're an hour in. We really touched down on everything that was important tonight.
Yeah.
I think we
that's a
finally know
crazy
what a
time.
woman is. As Haley said, it's anyone with a vagina.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think we can build upon this, and I would
Born
like to
with
come
a
back
vagina.
Yeah, natural born vagina.
Yeah, right.
Correct. That would be.
You
the
just
correct
wanted to get it
term.
right.
I feel enlightened.
They can make those things.
So
now.
no, hold on. Is it just so a woman is only a woman if they were born with a vagina?
Don't get me canceled over all this. Not
Oh,
that
no,
I
I'm genuinely
canceled.
curious because this is what we're trying to figure out.
Yeah, I feel that you're only a woman if you were born with a vagina.
But what about the people that get their dicks turned into vaginas? What are they?
I don't want to say what I actually think.
Cut us out now. Just cut us out. Yep.